Yo, what up? This is your boy Rama, and I was in the middle of preparing my review for FX new miniseries Shogun, but I figured I'd take the time or interrupt myself to talk about this stupid topic for a bit. As you may have heard, actress Gina Carano is filing a lawsuit against Disney and Lucasfilm for discrimination and wrongful termination. Now, to refresh your memory, Gina Carano is or was that MMA fighter turned actress. I met her once at the Haywire press junket a decade ago, or more than a decade ago. And I remember like back then she was like, oh, maybe she could be the next Wonder Woman because she's so physical and stuff. But man, I'm glad she did not become Wonder Woman. So she ended up being playing the character Cara Dune on The Mandalorian, the first couple of seasons, I believe. But she outed herself as a right-winger when she posted some anti-trans stuff on social media. But that's not how she got fired or why she got fired. Because her co-star, Pedro Pascal, kind of told her to apologize, and she did. By that time, she was already like treading on murky waters, with Disney and Lucasfilm. But the one that broke the camel's back, or the one that, the line that drew in the sand is when Gina, after that, Gina posted something to the effect of, oh, I'm being persecuted the same way that the Jews were being persecuted in the Holocaust. I'm being persecuted for my political views. This is the equivalence of Jews' Holocaust. And that is the one that, that's where they drew the line in the sand. No, that's too much. That has gone too far. We're going to fire you. And they did. They fired her from the show. And after that, she has been like, since then, she's been posting a lot of right-wing stuff, conspiracy theory stuff, anti-mask stuff, anti-vaccine stuff, all the right-winger shit, the whole deep state, everything's a plant, everything's. So, and she blocked me on Twitter because I called her out one day. She was whining and bitching about Disney and Lucasfilm. I think a news came up about them, about those companies. And she thought she was owning them. She was like, oh, I got you. Look at these assholes. Like, bitch, you're the asshole. You're the loser here. You lost your job, right? What do you have to brag about? You're bragging? You're a loser. And that acting, because I insulted her acting, that acting was atrocious on The Mandalorian. Look, acting is subjective, I know. But I think we can all agree, you and I, that she was the weakest point. She was the weakest link on The Mandalorian. Cara Dune was not an exciting character. And she was like a cardboard cutout. She was like a walking cardboard cutout the entire time. Plastic acting. And she thought she had it. She thought she was the it factor. So like, oh, I don't need, acting coach, acting lessons. I don't need, I can just wing this. I used to be a fighter. Oh, I got this acting down pat. So, because I called her out, she blocked me on Twitter. She's a bigoted loser. And so here's the thing. She's filing lawsuit for discrimination and wrongful termination. Discrimination? Are you kidding me? Gina, you are a white, straight woman living in America. Say discrimination. Talk about that to Black working woman, to Hispanic working woman, to immigrants working woman. They know discrimination. You have more privilege than any of them, than the rest of them. You crying over discrimination? Really? You. And I thought you were a fighter. Fighter! I'm an MMA fighter. This reeks of desperation. This reeks of whining, which is what you do best, I guess. And then number two, she's filing for wrongful termination. Really? Wrongful termination. Okay, we've all been fired before, right? From our jobs in the past. I've been let go. I've been fired before. And I took personal responsibility when that happened. It was my fault because my values and my principles no longer align with the values and the principles of my company, or that I disagree with them and they disagree with me. And they don't like the behavior that I was showing. I was acting out because I was like, this company sucks, you know. And they fired me. And you know what? I look back on it. I deserve that. I deserve it. Because what I see, or my views, are no longer aligned with the views of the company. All right? What am I getting at? Where am I getting at with that? What I'm getting at is, if, for example, if I got hired by Nike, do you think it's a good idea to be trash talking Nike or shit talking Nike on social media or in public? Or say that, you know, Adidas has the better shoes, you know, the quality is better. And you think if I did that, Nike will still like keep me hired? Will still employ me? Of course not. Of course not. All right, I know that's very a shallow example, but it's still an example in that if you are employed, Gina, you were employed by Disney and Lucasfilm. They have their standards, they have their values, they have their mission statement. And so if you go on anti-trans rant or say something stupid about the Jews' Holocaust, and so you think you expect that they should keep hiring, they should keep you hired, that they should still employ you despite you spewing that rant on public? Rants that are not aligned with the values and principles of your boss? You see what I'm getting at? How is that wrongful termination? You should know who you are being employed by. And that goes to all of us. All right? You may disagree, and that's fine. You may not be in the camp of pro-trans. You're entitled to your opinion. But if you're hired by a company that's pro-trans and you're going anti-trans, if you're hired by a company that's, how do you call that, are inclusive, and they put inclusive as part of their mission statement, and you said, no, I don't want to be inclusive, I want to bully the marginalized, then why the hell they should keep employing you? Do you see what it's just, how is this wrongful termination? What evidence? Michael Lee, my friend, who's a fellow critic, point this out, and he's right. What evidence, what strong evidence does she have to say that this is discrimination and wrongful termination? Because from where I stand, Disney and Lucasfilm were justified to fire her. Now, you could argue, Rama, this whole trans, this whole thing is it's about suppressing free speech. It's about suppressing free speech. Okay, that's your argument. That's fine. But remember, Disney and Lucasfilm are not government. They are private companies. Private companies can do whatever they want. Okay? Just like Elon Musk apparently can do whatever he wants and decides to fund Gina Carano's lawsuit or legal bills. But remember, Elon Musk, the real reason why he's doing this is not because he doesn't care about Gina Carano's career. Why would he care about whether Gina Carano has a movie or TV show careers? He's doing this because he's butthurt. Elon Musk is butthurt because Disney, Apple, and all the other companies pulled out their advertising from Twitter or X because of Elon's anti-Jewish or anti-Semitic sentiments. So now this is like him paying, his payback sort of thing. He's like, oh yeah, stick it to the man. Now you can argue like, Rama, this whole trans and this whole free speech thing, it's all just virtue signaling by these companies. And you would be correct in saying that, because at the end of the day, what these companies care about is just the bottom line. Hell, I'm not a defender of Disney and Lucasfilm. I'm not team Harara, Disney and Lucasfilm. I want corporations in our country to pay higher taxes, all right? Our corporations in this country have hijacked our government and our country, and I hate that. I want that to end. So I'm not like, oh, rah, 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 team this. But you got to understand that they want profit above all things. That's how they think. That's how they operate. It's all about the bottom line. That's why they don't want to exclude the trans community. That's why they don't want to include that's why they don't want to exclude any marginalized community, because they also want money from that community. They also want that community to buy their product. They also want that community to buy their shit, to watch their shows. Why on earth would they say no to that? So, yes, their values and principles and mission statement is profit-based, is all about the money. But nonetheless, it is their values and principles. And so if you're employed by them and you're going this direction, but they're going that direction, then why on earth would they keep you hired? So Gina is trying to get her job back now. She's trying to force the court to force, not force the court, I'm sorry. She's trying to get the court to force Disney and Lucasfilm to give her the character Cara Dune for her to do again. And, this reeks of desperation. She's been blackballed from the town. I think she was doing that Ben Shapiro movie, that Western, remember that? That nobody saw. It was so shitty. Everybody like, what the hell? So she's not getting any job. And so it's like 3 years after she got fired. And now she's filing this lawsuit. It's desperate. If you truly believe in your heart of hearts that you have been wrongfully terminated, would you wait 3 years to do this? Of course not. You would immediately file the lawsuit because you believe that you have been wrong. And guess what? Generally, I would be on your side. If you are a worker that has been wrongfully terminated, maybe because of your age, because of your skin color, because of your gender, whatever, I would be on the worker's side. I would be like on the front lines, like, rah, workers, let me help you. Let me help you with this fight, with this battle against the corporations. Because you have a solid, justified case against them, against your former boss. This doesn't sound like Gina Carano does. It doesn't sound like Gina Carano has evidence or solid case. This is just her whining, bitching. Oh, I want my job. I want to be an actress again. And imagine if she got hired as Cara Dune again on The Mandalorian. Imagine if somehow Lucasfilm wrote her character back in. How would that make the show good? Again, she's a terrible actress. And they have moved on from her story. They have moved on from Cara Dune. So they're just going to have to like readjust just to accommodate her, just to please her. That would be a shitty show, wouldn't it? It would be if everything's just like, oh yeah, I guess we gotta have her back. Let's just change season. What is it? Season 4 storyline to like somehow make her be part of it somehow. It's like instead of the natural progression of the story that has been going on. It's so dumb. This whole thing is so dumb. Look, if you are on the right wing side, right winger side, if you are on the side of Gina Carano, if you believe or if you share the same beliefs that she does, my advice to you is just shut up. Okay? If you have those nasty, disgusting opinions about certain groups, whether it be the Jews or the anti-trans, I know this is a free country, but what's best for you is to shut the fuck up. All right? Nobody wants to hear that shit. And more than that, your boss doesn't want to hear that shit. Why would you want to jeopardize your livelihood? How stupid can you be? You know, after that anti-trans comment, you know, she apologized because Pedro Pascal encouraged her to apologize. So credit to him. She was already on the, you know, Disney and Lucasfilm were already like iffy, like, oh, should we keep her? You know, and then she made that Jews Holocaust comparison to her, you know, playing a victim card. I was like, why would you add another excuse? Why would you give them another excuse, an actual excuse to move past that line? It's like, she's dumb, she's stupid, she doesn't belong in any project that belongs to Hollywood. That's just my take on it. So, what do you think about all this? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And as always, subscribe. Gina Carano, you are a bigoted loser. I'm happy that you blocked me on Twitter. I'm glad. Good riddance. I don't need you. Gina, go and stay the fuck away and leave us Star Wars fans the fuck alone.